change your decision-making process. Now, if you're someone who's super decisive and you know what you want and you have no problem making a decision, this blog can still help, but maybe you can comment below and give some more tips and ideas and things that we can all do to help ourselves be better decision makers. Okay? So, tip number 1, make up your mind. Now, this one seems pretty obvious, but it's a super important tip. It's super important because you have to find ways to to decide. When you have an idea, when you have something that comes to mind that you're like, okay, I really want to do this. This is a great idea. I believe in it. And you start taking steps towards it. If you change your direction or change your mind, then you're going to end up kind of setting yourself backwards, right? So you're going to end up not achieving that goal and then starting a whole new goal all over again, which brings you back to point A. And a lot of times that's what people are doing all the time. When they make up their mind for something that they want or to go after a goal, they change their mind in the process. They're like, okay, well, you know what? I think I'm going to do something different. And then you're starting over all the time. How are you going to reach your goal and be successful if you're starting over constantly all the time? You have to make up your mind. You have to choose and decide. And I'm someone who struggles with this. Like, is one of my biggest challenge is to stay focused on something. I know I have adult ADD. So when I look at something, I'm like, dope. And then something else comes along and I'm like, ooh, cool. And so my mind is constantly going, but I have to force myself to stay committed to an idea. Whatever it is that I'm working on, I have to stay committed to, and I know how important that is. Okay, so tip number 2, visualize your goal. So when you're making a decision and you made that decision, you made up your mind, by doing visualizations, it helps to really hone in your mind and your whole thought process into and onto that goal that you have. If you can't see that goal, then it's going to be very difficult for you to believe in that goal and to really go after it the way that you could go after it. So you have to really visualize and see it and do different things to practice visualization. You can meditate. A lot of people do meditation. I still am working on my meditation. I'm not the best meditator, but I'm getting there. Sometimes throughout the day, what I like to do is just like stop and just like focus my thought on it. And surprisingly, you know what? A lot of people, I think prayer is underrated. Like if you sit down and you pray, you're focusing and you're visually, focusing all your energy and your thought on the thing that you're trying to bring to reality. So prayer, you're in this spiritual state with God, and it's just a really great way to do it. I mean, whatever your thoughts are on that, that's up to you, but I think that's another good way to get in a quiet place to visualize and to see your goal and to help to manifest it. Tip number 3, I would say practice daily with little things. In the beginning of this video, I talked about when I go to a restaurant and have to decide on a dish that I want. That's a little thing that you can practice daily on decision making, where you decide indefinitely, have a definite goal, and like literally say, you know what, I'm going to eat this today, or this is the meal that I'm going to have. And do not second guess yourself, and do not change your decision, even when someone else makes a recommendation. I know that's hard, and but it's more of the practice and the habit of making a decision and trusting yourself and trusting the decisions that you're making and not reneging on it when someone else makes a suggestion. You got to be real definite in those regards, or you're going to be flip-floppy in every facet of life. Okay, so practice daily with little things, make decisions, and stick with it. Be decisive about the decisions you're making. Tip number 4, stick it out. Like when you make a decision, stick to your decision. See it all the way through to the end. I know it's tempting to change your mind and try something new, especially when something shiny comes along. Don't do that. When you have something that you're aiming for, stick it out. Like the longer you hold on to that idea and that visualization, that goal that you have, the longer duration, the more intense, the more potential for that thing to come to reality and become something a part of your life. So really stick to your decision, see it all the way through. Do not renege on it. Do not, flip-flop. A man who is unstable in his Like, if a double-minded man basically is unstable in all his ways, and we have to really take that. I think that's Philippians. It's such a great verse to really. Or is it Philippians? I don't know. We gotta look that up. But it's just a great tip, to really just stay focused on the thing. Now, our final tip, tip number 5, that is to expel all self-doubt. I feel like I saved this one for last because I feel like self-doubt is something that is continuously a challenge for a lot of people. And I think you really have to focus consecutively, like intense, consecutive attention to self-doubt to overcome it. You have to really be aware of when you start to really doubt yourself and not believe in your abilities to be everything that you feel that you possibly could be. You have to really trust yourself. And you have to not doubt yourself. If you don't trust yourself, how do you expect anyone else to? So you have to trust your abilities to make decisions and to be able to stick to those decisions, see it through. As you practice daily, that will help to reaffirm your ability to make decisions, and you'll trust yourself more over time. But you have to start to see your power. You have to know that you are capable of creating the reality that you want. You're capable of being the person that you want to be. You just have to believe. You just have to trust yourself, okay? So those are my 5 tips for building up your decision-making habits and abilities in 2019. We're going to go over them real fast. And then if you guys like what you're seeing, please comment below. Please definitely subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram. It's Brittinspires, at Brittinspires. But tips for being a better decision maker in 2019 is, first, make up your mind. Second, visualize your goal. See it, believe it. Practice daily making decisions and being decisive. Stick to your decision. Do not waver. Stick it all the way through and see what happens. And then expel all self-doubt. That's number 5. Do not allow yourself to self-doubt yourself in 2019, because you know what you want. You know who you want to be, and you can definitely reach those goals that you set out to achieve. Okay? So I wish you guys all a happy new year, and I hope that you guys are going after your goals and your dreams with your whole heart, with passion, enthusiasm, and remember, believe in yourself. No matter what anyone tells you, you can do it.